Hey,
Hey, happy
I don't know
Friday!
why we call it a Wi-Fi podcast.
Because that's what we do. Uh, we do a lot of other things too, but we had the webinar yesterday with the ESG510, and we did
Yeah, the channel webinar,
yeah
Ingenius's channel webinar, and
yeah
we invited you
yes.
for that.
Yeah, we did a live demo of the site-to-site VPN, right, from
Yeah,
East Coast to West Coast,
yeah.
and it
It
all
was just to
works.
show how easy and how fast you can do it, right?
Right. How fast it came up, and it actually worked the first time. And maybe a couple of little problems in there, but it worked right away. And we had like 100 people, 80 people on live.
You know what? I forgot. We should you remember the Sonos thing you wanted me to do?
Yeah,
We should try to do that.
yeah. All you
I
need
gotta
to do is
download it.
enable the client VPN on your phone and download the Sonos app, and you should be able to access my Sonos.
Yeah. So
So we'll do that
we'll work
next
with
week.
that on the next one.
Yeah, for sure. So the ESG 510s, the first batch is sold out from me at least, from Keenan. Um, but more are coming in like in the next week time frame, something like that.
Yeah.
We've got more in order. So if anybody wants one, let me know. We'll get one out to you. Um, and then next thing we want to talk about the ECW336, the Wi-Fi 6E indoor access point. So we've had these for a few months now, I'd say.
The 336, yeah, it's been
336,
a
maybe 2 to 3 months, something like that. They've been shipping,
yeah, probably a little longer than
and I've
that.
been using them for probably 6 months, and I love them. And I wanted to talk a little bit. If people are afraid to buy Wi-Fi 6E access points because they're waiting for Wi-Fi 7 or something like that, they're going to be fully backward compatible. And the Wi-Fi 7 devices aren't going to be out for another year probably, at least if the
Yeah,
chipset's
don't
available.
don't you think it would be even longer than that
I think it'll be even longer
for
because
client
of what we're
devices?
seeing with availability and stuff. Um,
Yeah.
but right now, 6C gives you a huge advantage. And if you're doing a new network install, a medium to high end network, I would definitely use the 336 over the
Yeah.
230. Now, some people are saying that with Wi-Fi 6E, they don't see as much signal, further away from the
Oh yeah.
access point. But what they're not doing is testing speed and latency and things like that. So, like if I go to the far end of my house and I'm connected on the 6 gigahertz Wi-Fi 6E, I may only see 1 bar of signal, but I'll see higher speed. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll see like 400 meg throughput at 50 feet away, right? Even though there's
Yeah.
only 1 bar. But if I connected to that same access point on the 5 gigahertz, I'm only going to see half of that speed. I may see full bars.
Yeah, exactly.
So one
Yeah, and
is
that's
like,
just that's because the frequency band travels further, right?
right. It travels further, but there's also more interference on 5 gigahertz.
Yeah.
There's less spectrum to be used. So even though the 1 bar of 6E signal, it maybe equals 3 bars of Wi-Fi 5 on the 5 gigahertz.
Yeah, and the other thing I'd probably want to say is that you shouldn't be looking at the bars,
Yeah,
right?
right, right. You
I
should
mean,
do a
unless
speed
they're
test, a ping test, something real. Latency on web pages, things like that, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I would say the same thing. Like, I have two 230s, which are not Wi-Fi 6E 230Ss,
Yeah.
that cover my whole place, and I do have one 336 in there right now, and I'll notice that the bars will be lower, but I definitely have it's faster. It's just way
It's
faster.
way faster, yeah. So yeah, I would use those if I was doing a new install. I would definitely try out the 336. It's gonna future proof, and you can, in like 2 years, if Wi-Fi 7 APs are out, you could put those in there too, right? There's no reason
Yeah,
not to use it, and there's a lot of devices that support 6E now. A lot of the Android phones, the iPad Pros support it. Our laptops, any laptops with the AX210 chipset.
there's Yep, and there's the AX210, and then what was the other one we saw?
There's also a
AX4.
411 or a 410 that's a 4x4. But your laptop, that's gonna be in like a business class laptop. I just heard about that chipset yesterday. I don't know what it would actually be in, but most laptops have a 2x2 chipset in there. You'd have to like put more antennas or something, which can get messy. I'm sure.
That'd be interesting though.
I would like to try it, but those connectors are just so hard. I when I replaced it in my laptop, I just barely get those connectors on. So I don't want to mess with it anymore. But so definitely try the 336. I think you'll be surprised, especially if you have, even if you don't have any Wi-Fi 6E capable devices yet. The speed that I'm seeing on Wi-Fi 5, like the iPhone 14 Pro, it's faster on the 336 than it is on the 230. For sure.
It's not Wi-Fi 5. You're operating on Wi-Fi 6.
Oh yeah, sorry, you're right. Wi-Fi 6 on the 230 is not as fast as it is on the 336 at 5 gigahertz, right?
Yep. Yeah, and that's the chipset. It's a newer chipset. Potentially more memory. I can't remember the memory size on there, but definitely the newer chip.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I was surprised that it was faster, at 5 gigahertz as well on Wi-Fi 6.
Have you compared it to other vendors?
I mean, I have some Ruckus 4x4s, and the 336 is faster now. I haven't tried I have the Ruckus R750s. The ECW336 is faster. I don't have the 760s, which are like the newer generation that has the Wi-Fi 6E. But yeah, just wanted to get it out there that try the 336. They're awesome. 230s are great too. That's where we're selling the most of, obviously. All right, so then wanted to talk a little bit about outdoor Wi-Fi 6E access points. Why we're not seeing those right now? Because it gets more complicated. So there's like, you need to have this AFC server that's going to basically monitor the location and power output of all the outdoor EPs if you want to use the standard power. So Wi-Fi 6E and Wi-Fi 7 on 6 gigahertz on standard power, it could cover like several blocks. It could be like up to 4 watts of power, but it has to have this AFC that's basically coordinating the location, right, in a big database somewhere. To make sure it's not interfering with anything else. So it's more complicated. That's why we're not really seeing them. So I wouldn't worry about waiting for 6E or Wi-Fi 7 outdoor EPs right now. If you're doing anything, the ECW336 is great. Wi-Fi 6 2x2.
That access point works really, really well. We get a lot of positive feedback in regards to the 260, the ECW360.
Yeah.
In fact, we sold out.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I still have 4 more. I found 4 more.
You do have 4 more.
I have 4 more still. I sold a few this week. But yeah, I have a few left if anybody needs any. But yeah, for whatever reason they're really hard to keep in stock, and it's the winter time, so you wouldn't think there's a lot of outdoor installs going on.
If I look at sales data for like outdoor equipment, normally it dips obviously in November and December.
Yeah.
And I mean, everybody looking at that would go, oh yeah, that makes sense because it's outdoor. Nobody's doing outdoor. But the last 2 years, that has not been the case. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And mainly this year, it's like it's gone up.
They're planning project. Maybe people are outside more. I don't know.
Maybe I have no idea, but it hasn't slowed down. So, and that's been true with all the sales, but specifically on the outdoor stuff.
Outdoor switches too are like off the chain, right? They're like selling like crazy. And we do have the fiber switch. I know we talked about it last week. Those are shipping now too, and I have those in stock.
Yeah.
So, all right. Anything else you want to talk about this week, Brian?
No, I just wanted to go back to the gateway really quick.
Yeah.
So as you mentioned, we'll have more. I think next week, but
they sold out fast.
The back orders are stacking up.
Yep. So get your orders
So-
in. I have some on order. Should
Yeah.
be shipping out sometime within the next 2 weeks, probably.
Yeah, so if you're trying to get your hands on that gateway, this is the time. It's you should do it now.
Yeah,
like
for
next
sure.
week
For sure.
for sure.
All right, sounds good. All right, remember to like and subscribe and post questions in the comments. We'll be back next week for another podcast.